All right, what's going on, everybody? So I want to touch on this topic that I brought up yesterday, abortion, but I want to take it a little bit deeper. And I know a lot of the population, the majority of people right now are arguing for abortion or against abortion. And just like I talked about yesterday, most Christians, either they're wrestling with it, they're struggling with it, or they are already very gung-ho about it. And you are basically preaching to the choir, right, in some sense. And so I get it. I know a lot of us are just on the same page or in the same boat. But many people, as I've been saying before, we're in a time now where God is shaking things that have not been shaken. And he's turning stones that have been left unturned. And he's doing a lot of things to really shake the lukewarm, the sleepy people, and to awaken this generation to what's really the problems that are on God's heart and what's at the forefront of what needs to be prayed for and what needs to be changed. And so again, abortion is one of the biggest issues and nobody can mitigate that. Not many people are going to disagree with that. The murder of babies, it's unjustified, it's not good. And even as I said yesterday, that very topic, it's about that choice of whether you want to abort the baby or not abort the baby. All these other topics, guys, though they are important and though they're relevant, they don't play into that actual decision-making factor. And what I mean by that is a lot of people bring up, rape, they bring up foster care and adoption and, the upbringing of the baby, father, mother, responsibility, and welfare, many different topics about raising the baby, about how to prevent, sex outside of marriage and educating kids and things like that. All these other things are a product of other issues, education systems, economic issues, social and welfare issues and things like that. But the actual decision is very clear in the Bible. And that's what most people are talking about. That decision isn't supposed to be clouded with all these other things. Because if you think about it, God, if you allow a baby to be born, he will take care of this baby, whether it's by the hands of somebody else or through time, through foster care, through maybe a single parent home, whatever it is. And again, this is a topic that you can go down many rabbit holes on, and I'm not here to discuss it, but I'm talking about the actual issue. And that's where a lot of people are struggling with that, and let them think through that. Let them critically think through that, to wrestle with it. And God is using this time to bring attention to it and to bring it to light. And so that other people that are maybe weaker in their faith, they're immature, they may not know really what it means to have a decision and their own point of view, as opposed to following somebody else's thought process, following the person that their role model says, whatever it is. God is allowing people to really take a stand. You have to take a stand, right? And have a choice of what you believe is right versus wrong. And so he's elevating these people. And so in some sense, at the grassroots level, people are wrestling with it. But that begs the question, what is happening with all of this at the more abstract level, right? And so if you think about it, this issue, it's a hot topic issue. It's not to be disregarded. But why is it that this leak among any other time in history was it leaked now? The Supreme Court and the ethical, the moral values of that, and the tight-lipped structure of that has not been such that there has been a leak up until now. And so it begs the question, a deeper question of why now, what's going on, who's behind it, and all these different things, right? And so again, I know a lot of us are on the same page. Like you got us, we're with you, we're not here to debate this. You're not going to convince me otherwise, whatever it is. And so I know a lot of people are in that spot, but we're also thinking about, okay, what else is going on around us? And so that's what I want to talk about very briefly today. And so again, I'm not here to draw conclusions on what's really the reason for this, because if you think about it, this is a decision that any man or group of people could have made, whether it was a hack, whether it was somebody that had been given the green light to go ahead and leak it, whether it was some other, blackmail, whatever was going on behind the scenes. But it's very suspect of this leak happening right now when so many other things are happening. And so it begs the question, what was the reason? If it was intentional, if it was nothing at all, then so be it. Don't think too much of it, great. But it still makes you wonder these things. And so I'm not here to go down some conspiracy theory rabbit hole or whatever it is. But as a generation, I've said this before, but don't take things at face value. You have to be in a place where, what is the devil doing? What are the schemes of the enemy? What is it that's happening to disregard us, to divide us, to disregard something, to get your attention, distracted away from something, and to have us really fighting amongst each other. And so for many of us, yes, it's a time where we have to kind of get into some discussion, maybe some arguments, and to get through it and let them do that. But for other people, there's something more, there's something deeper to it. And we have to be privy to that. We have to have eyes to see and to understand Satan's devices, right? And so again, I'm not trying to say that this is what it is, but I'm just spitballing off the top of my head, because these are things that are happening right now. And it makes you wonder, is this the reason for what is being stirred up as an issue that has been around for generations, right? For decades, but then it's getting so much attention right now, especially in the mainstream media, especially among many influential people in government and many other places. They're bringing this issue up and they're clouding other things that may or may not have precedence over what should be talked about in this time, right? And so I'm going to spitball here, but is it stirring up the liberal base, right, just in time for the midterms? A lot of people are seeing the rally cry among the Republicans. They're seeing a rally cry among the conservatives after censoring and many other things. Is this triggering something for the liberal base to mobilize, right? That could be one thing. Is it a distraction from other newsworthy items? 2,000 Mules is a documentary that just came out by Denise D'Souza. Very big, topic right now about election fraud, talking about these things. And again, I'm not here to give an opinion. I'm going to see it at some point. But again, that's a very notable thing that people are discussing. The Durham investigation. I talked about this a couple of videos ago. There's something there that's coming up. Is it being used to suppress what's coming out of that? Maybe, maybe not. The $40 billion Ukraine funding and Congress and everything else about Ukraine happening right now. The accusations of the DoD bioweapon labs that are funded by the DoD, the genocide happening in Ukraine, the Nazis, the neo-Nazis, all this discussion happening, the Ukraine activities as it is linking to Biden, the Hunter Biden laptop, the Biden family. Why is it that some people are traveling there? What is the real reason that people are traveling there? Recently, Joe Biden just came back from there. A lot of things are happening, and who knows what's really being discussed, right? Because the front page is taken up by this important issue. Yes, it's important, but by this issue that has been garnering a lot of attention, right? So what's really going on there? The Pfizer documents that have come out, I think it was like 80 some thousand documents about the testing and all these different things that have been sealed, but the court has ordered them to release it, right? And so again, there's ironically talk about the pregnant woman and the fetus, the harm being done. And again, I haven't read 80,000 pages, but there's something there that may or may not have warrant attention to that. And so the efficacy rates and all these different things that are happening in these documents. So the point being that there's a lot of newsworthy things. And yes, abortion is important, but you have to think at a deeper level, because many of us are caught up in this fight against each other about saying, yeah, abortion's right, yeah, abortion's wrong, and all these different things. And who can argue against having a healthy discussion? But why now? What's going on? And for many of us that are already on the same page, you don't have to preach to the choir. You've already got me, Chris. We're good. But what else is going on? And because you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, yeah, you don't want to mitigate this issue, but at the same time, there's other issues at hand that's important too that need to be talked about. So it's taking attention away from that. And so you have to wonder, what is this? What's really going on? Why now? Why this timing? What's the reasoning behind it? Is there a distraction? Is there something else going on behind all these different things? So again, guys, I'm not trying to draw conclusions here on why and how and all these different things, but I'm giving you things to chew on, to talk about, to think on, to really pray on, to say, man, Lord, what is it that is distracting me from other prayers? What is it that's distracting me from other actions that I have to take? Do I have to go vote? Do I have to go talk about these things? Do I have to go watch this? Do I have to go and discuss with my local community about X, Y, Z? Whatever it is that's going on, I'm cautioning people, as you take things at face value, be very careful of Satan's devices. Be very careful how you can be distracted by other things, right? I'm not saying more important things. I'm not saying things that shouldn't take precedent. I'm saying there's a lot of information we are in an information war. We are being clouded by all these different things. Your attention should go here. Everybody should look at this person. Everybody should look at that. And the majority is, quite frankly, being suppressed by the opinion of the minority. And so again, guys, a lot of things to chew on, a lot of things to talk about, but I just want to bring that to light and say, guys, is there something deeper going on? Is there somebody that's saying, look here, but we got to look here? Is there something else that needs to really be adjusted so that as we move forward, we can be in a healthy place to be united, that we can be in a healthy place so that everybody, according to their own level, their own spiritual maturity, according to their own ideologies and purview of the world, that we can get together and say, man, let's grow and let's get to the right, godly, biblically based place that we should be in. So God bless you guys. Be encouraged, and a lot of good things to come, guys. Love you guys. Talk to you very soon.